Hello, and welcome everybody. I'm so glad that you are here. If you are joining me live, it is the 10th of January. So, uh, just really happy to be with you starting out the new year. New year, new you. Doesn't have to be a new you, but we keep growing, we keep evolving, we just keep becoming. And don't you love that? I definitely love it. Anyway, welcome to Travel Marketeering Live. I am your host, Joshua Harrell. If we have not met before, it is so nice to meet you, and I hope that I will see you back here on more Saturdays for Travel Marketeering Live. If not, you can always watch it on the replay on the World Via Travel Network YouTube page, or you can join our favorite place, our private Facebook group. Just search for Travel Marketeers, not Travel Marketeering. Search Travel Marketeers, because if you search Travel Marketeering, you'll find a Facebook page for Travel Marketeering, but not the special group where advisors, agency owners, travel suppliers, where they all come to connect to talk about travel marketeering. Which, what is travel marketeering? It is the marketing and the selling and the delivering of your services in travel through systems, because systems are things that we can manage, right? We can manage a system. We can't manage magical powers coming from divine inspiration all over the place, right? We have to have systems so we can trust them, so we can keep on enhancing them and making them work. And that's what we talk about in Travel Marketeering Live. Now, if you are new to travel marketeering, then I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We have a little greeting. It's kind of like a greeting. It's like a universal greeting, goodbye, congratulations, amen kind of a thing. It is TM for travel marketeering. So, if you hear me give a few TMs out there, or if in the chat wherever you're watching this around the world right now, if you see TM, that's what we're talking about. It's a greeting. It's a joyful noise. So if you have some joy in your heart right now, drop a TM wherever you are watching from. And in return, I'm going to give you a British.
Yeah, girl.
Yep, she's been around for a while, but when that button gets pushed, That is, above and beyond a TM. I don't know, we have to have, like, a tiered system here. I don't know, but I can see you guys joining me in the chat. I'm gonna get over to the chat in just a moment. I wanna talk about today's show. So today's show, I wanted to start off the year, we talk about a lot of universal topics. In December, I gave you guys a preview of the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint. And today, I want to take you through that. So the next 60 minutes, or less than 60 minutes now, because we're on a roll here. We're going to go through this 5-step blueprint. And so you can diagnose where you are right now. Where are you right now in this blueprint? Because guess what? Trade secret, this blueprint applies to every single travel business out there. Every single one. I'm even talking about corporate travel agencies. I mean, come on. Every single travel agency the blueprint applies to. So, in today's conversation, I want you to be able to diagnose where you are right now and I pick one to focus on for the next 30 days. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't take 30 days to have impact. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes a day. Sometimes it takes a Saturday afternoon while you're travel marketeering it up live with me. I'm just saying, we're gonna pick I want you to diagnose where you are as we go through this blueprint, and then figure out what's one move that you're gonna make or plan to make over the month, okay? Again, if you want if you wanna watch this back, right now I'm streaming live across multiple channels, so wherever you are joining from, you can obviously you're watching it live, you can join, you can ask questions in the comments wherever you are. I will get those and hopefully get to them, depends on how rolling and rocking the chat is. But if you ever want to come back and rewatch this episode or any other travel marketing live episode, just go to YouTube and search for World Via Travel Network. You'll find our YouTube channel. You'll find playlists around travel marketing, but you'll also find some other fantastic content designed to help you be the most phenomenal force you can be in the travel business and beyond. All right. So let me real quick. I want to get over to the chat and see what's happening here. All right, let's see. Oh, I gotta hit different buttons here. Oh, you know what? I gotta make sure that I've got certain things turned off. Um, because they start beeping at me. Okay, there we go. I've got certain things turned off. Isn't that a great way to say that? I've got certain things turned off. All right, we've got Robin joining us from New Hampshire. TM, TM to you, Robin. Always good to see you. Connie, hi and happy new year. TM to you as well. Jennifer's joining us. Good afternoon from Southwest Florida. That's kind of vague, but Southwest Florida, okay. I'm a fellow Floridian, originally from South Florida. No, from Fort Lauderdale. Anyway, good to see you here, Jennifer, and thank you for the TM. A TM back at you. Tammy giving us a TM with a cool emoji. You cool person, you. And then let's see, it's a TM from Melissa in Minnesota because the handle is Chris plus Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. You know how that works. I go by the names that I see on here, and sometimes it's not the same person. All right. Oh, Jeremy, good to see you. TM, good to see you. Joy, TM from Lancaster, PA. Love me some Lancaster. And I love that you have a lot of joy in you. I love it. Do you know what, Joy? I know a Joy well, she's from Philly, and, I don't know if this is the same for you, but, her first name, I always called her Joy, that's what everybody called her. I found out her mom had named her Joyous. Isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful name. So, Joy, if your full name is Joyous, there you go. I'm in the know. If not, kudos to Joyous from Philadelphia. All right, let's see. Rhonda. Oh, Miss Ray. Sorry, I see these names. TM. It's Ray. Let's see. Althea. Happy New Year and giving us a TM. And Althea's letting us know that she is from Ohio. Oh, so good to see you guys. Some familiar faces, some new faces. All are welcome here at Travel Marketeering. At the end of the day, it is all about really building thriving travel businesses. And the thing that I love about this industry is that there is enough business to go around. So, yes, I'm giving you some trade secrets. I'm giving you the inside knowledge on travel marketeering. But please don't hold on to it. Spread the word because it all if more travelers experience working with professional travel advisors and have phenomenal experiences, that lifts us all. Can I get a TM on that one? Or at least a
Yeah, girl.
yeah, girl. All right. So I want to get started. I want to frame up today's conversation, okay? And this is not new. Many of you join me week to week, uh, and we talk about this in many different ways, right? But in today's conversation, we're really talking about this blueprint that every single travel agency of all shapes and sizes can apply to their business to help refine and tweak their systems, okay? So let's talk about the current reality for many advisors, okay? And I can say this, I get to work with thousands of advisors across the country and now globally, through other organizations that I participate in. It's quite phenomenal because, I love it, but there's a lot of similarities out there. So the current reality for a lot of advisors is a lot of random bookings, feast or famine when it comes to revenue. Does that sound familiar? Feast or famine? It's like or you might be famine to feast, right? You might be in a famine mode right now, but the bookings are random. Feast or famine in terms of revenue. There's marketing overwhelm. And because I'm a lifelong marketer, I've been doing this for donkey's years. That's just now what I'm going to say. I'm not going to count up the years anymore because then when you do the maths, you figure out how old I am. And yeah, we're not going to do that. But I'm just saying, I've been doing marketing for a long time, and marketing overwhelm is a real thing. And oftentimes, the overwhelm is not because of the marketing you have in play. It's because of the lack of marketing that you want to have in play. How many of you just, chime in the chat anywhere where you're watching, right? How many of you are carrying around a list of all the things that you want to do to your website, to your emails, to your things, or maybe you need to launch that website, right? That is marketing overwhelm. In addition to those of you who have your marketing machine running, but you got to feed that machine, right? Maybe I should stop calling it a machine. I use the machine term because when we're talking about marketing, we're talking about systems, right? But is it really a monster? Rawr, 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 like Cookie Monster, but it's a marketing monster. I am the marketing monster. Wow, I'm starting to act already. It's fabulous. I'm sure you guys are enjoying that. Um, but there's also there's tech overload, right? Now, something that I find fascinating. So I work at World Via Travel Network. We are a host agency within the United States, if you didn't know that already. Um, so I get to work with advisors who are building all different types of businesses. There's not one, it's not cookie cutter, right? I always say this, there's only one you in the galaxy, right? So everybody's different and everybody's they might sell similar products, but everybody's business is different. We created technology for and when we continue to create technology for our advisors because we know that that gives them the advantage in their business, right? So we keep taking a lot of different processes that advisors have to apply to how they execute their business or how they deliver their service. We keep refining solutions, creating solutions for that. But at the end of the day, booking travel, those people who are not travel advisors, they have no clue. They have absolutely no clue the amount of work that goes in to truly crafting a vacation, right? The right way. I mean, let's start with the right way, right? I remember my boss when he bought his first travel agency, he sat down next to an advisor who is still with our company today, and he just wanted to find out what is a day in the life of an advisor? And so he sat I he always says, you know, we exaggerate over time, right? He says he sat with her for hours, and she had, like, 85 tabs open on her computer. She did some stuff, she did some emails, she made some phone calls, she went into different portals and things like that. And at the end of that time that they were together, he said, so Christy, what did we actually do here? Like what just happened? Okay. And she said, I sent my client a quote. So for those who don't know, that is I mean, that's the we have a lot of technology in our world. And it's built into being a travel advisor for sure. So yes, while we try to create technology solutions to help streamline that, make it easier, there's still a lot of technology. So there's overload there. So everything is pulling. There's just a lot of chaos, and underneath all that chaos, there are travel advisors who are following this blueprint that I'm gonna share with you, right? I'm gonna share with you a blueprint that is something that we crafted based on the clues. Success leaves clues, and we have seen these clues over and over and over again. We've had so many people say, how do I get started as a travel advisor? How do I make my agency more profitable, more efficient, right? So, this blueprint that I'm going to share with you, actually, I'll give you a sneak peek of it right now. Just give you a sneak peek of it. I'm going to go through all this in detail, but I'm just saying we came up with this blueprint based on the advice that we give advisors all the time, the things that we know work. And it's so funny. Well, I say it's funny. It's never funny when somebody fights with me about like when somebody is blocking, I'm going to say it, the blessings. Okay. They're like, no, no, I'm going to do it a completely different way. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for playing. But if you could just maybe follow this blueprint and then go and go beyond. I think you'd be in a much better situation. Trust me. I think this might work for you because we have seen it work. So underneath all the chaos, there is this blueprint that we know works, and many of you I know watching live right now have applied steps that are a part of this blueprint. You might have even helped us define some of these components, right? I know I have a hint at that, but I'm just saying it works. It works. So, like I said, I'm going to break it down, but let's be honest. There is a lot of chaos in your world as a travel advisor. And the only way that you're ever going to get up and out of that chaos, right, is to put down this blueprint and figure out where where you're doing good, where you are not even doing anything at all, where you could do better. And I guarantee whatever stage your business is at, you're going to feel better the more you start to apply some of these tips, tricks, principles. Yeah. Now I want to pop over to the chat because I saw a couple of things that I wanted to just bring up here. So when I was talking about marketing overwhelm, right? And I was talking about the list of things. It's not necessarily the marketing that's in play, but it's the things that you want to do. Connie said it's a long list. Can we give her a TM for that? Because I know for a fact many of you do have a super long list, right? Thank you for that. And Jeremy said, "Hello, I am currently in the middle of a rebrand, and it's all adding up." Okay, if you have ever gone through a rebrand, okay, that and a rebrand, if you're new, a rebrand is you started out your business one way, and you said, you know what, I'm going to pivot. I'm going to maybe I might be changing the whole name, the whole structure of my business, or I might just be refreshing my brand, right? Lots of different elements to it. But when you do that, all of a sudden, you can't make really quick decisions about the email that you're going to send out or the social posts that you're going to make because you're in the process of changing things, right? So it starts to add up and it weighs on you. And you know what? I'm going to give you a TM, Jeremy, because I know that it weighs on you so much that even though it's not a physical weight, it makes it harder to get out of bed in the morning. It makes it harder when you sit in front of your computer to figure out, "What do I need to do today? How do I prioritize the things?" Right? So I appreciate you, but I know at the end of the day, because I know you, I know how your commitment to success and applying some good advice and morphing, riffing beyond. I know this is going to be a beautiful thing, so I'm really excited for that. Ray said, "Yes, definitely a monster." Right? It's a little monster. So many platforms and processes, and they're all different and than they were only 8 years ago when I was still in the business. If only there could be 3 of me, right? So, what I know about Ray is she has been in the business for a while. I wanna say, and I think she's referenced this here, there was a little hiatus there, and she's back in it. But every single person that I have gotten to meet that has been in the industry and selling travel for decades always talks about how much change there is. And in marketing, there's so much change that when I went to school, guys, this is really telling. We used computers to like communicate with people and find friends across the world. We weren't there was you had an encyclopedia on a CD, and even when you search for information, that was incredibly hard to find. So, what is my job today? Pretty much 99% all computer, web, all the stuff, right? So, both marketing and travel changing all the time, evolving all the time. It's a lot to stay on top of, but the only reason why I don't say that to scare anybody off. I say that to say, you are not alone. We are all here. And I think that's also the exciting piece because, again, success leaves clues. So while you might be in the middle of a, this is not a good day. There's somebody else that you can look over and see, you know what? They've found their stride. Do you know what? And we've got the same things. So while I might feel a little right now, I know there's a brighter day on the other side there. So Ray, thanks for sharing that. And Lilith, little kudos. I'm going to give you a yeah
Yeah,
girl
girl.
for saying you love my presentations. I don't know that I've presented too much right now other than just, responded to chats, but thank you, Loeb. I very much appreciate it. Um, let's see here. And Carrie said, very long and always being reinvented. I'm sure that you're talking about your marketing list. You're reinventing. You've always got new ideas. So a lot going on here. But let's dig into the blueprint now. I just want to say this. I know that you would like a copy of this blueprint that I'm here it is on the screen. I know you want a copy. And yes, you could take a screenshot of it. But if you go over and join our travel marketeers Facebook group, private Facebook group, ask to be invited in, we'll let you in. You can get a copy of this. And if you're watching this on the replay, the link will be down below so you can get it. So you don't stress about taking the notes. Really, I want to talk through it. Okay. So here, I'm going to bring it up on the screen. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But today's show is really all about what what this is and kind of breaking down these different components because I want you to identify where you want to do the work. Okay, where do you want to put your attention right now? Okay, so let's look at this here. So here are the 5 steps. All right. So we're going to start with a marquee travel win. Okay. Why is it called a marquee travel win? It is a trip that you'd proudly put your name in lights for, okay? This is the maybe if you've been doing this for a long time, this is the trip that you put together. It might not have been easy to put together, but you found a way to make it uniquely you and to deliver yourself in through the process. You took what the client wanted, you crafted this experience, and in the end, you felt amazing when you delivered it to your client and they felt amazing while they were experiencing it. Okay. So if you've been selling travel, I'm sure you have one of those. You might have more than one of those, but one of those that just felt good all the way around. It doesn't mean that there might not have been some hiccups the first time you put that particular trip together, but you probably already found out you could do it again and do it better, and you probably did, okay? So if you've been selling travel, I'm sure you can identify those. If you haven't been selling travel, this is where take the trainings around the products that you want to offer, the brands that you're aligned with. Take the trainings, take the connections you have within the network, or within the network of travel marketeers, or if you belong to World Via Travel Network, the connections there. Sorry, I'm speaking to everybody. There's a network everywhere, right? Um, and envision what that marquee travel win is for you because what we're trying to do here is identify this one story that you can get behind, that this would be on Broadway. It would be on the marquee. This is Ray's marquee experience. Okay. All right, so I want you to think about that, right? So that's the marquee travel win. So it's the trip you'd proudly put your name in lights for, okay? And this can be something that you put together with it could be a packaged trip. It could be FIT where you used some packaged components. It doesn't have to be an FIT, a fully independent travel, everything's customized, right? It doesn't have to be that, but it has to be the thing that when you delivered that to your client, there was some magic there. You felt the earth move under your feet. I mean, there was something happening there, right? All right. You know what? I realized that there were a few months where I stopped singing. I don't know. It's like Ariel. My voice was taken by Ursula. It's coming back. It's coming back. All right. But within step one, when we talk about marquee travel win, this is part of this is also identifying the travelers that you want more of, okay? This is being able to talk about the transformation they experienced, okay? Which sometimes is a bit of a leap for travel advisors to kind of to talk about the transformation that somebody had within that win. You know what? I just realized that I want to come back to this. I want to go through the other steps first. So, step one, marquee travel win. We're going to come back to some of the details. Step two is become known for travel, which is something you hear me talk about all the time. Okay, so this is becoming known for travel is the only way to win in the world today. And I'm going to break down what goes into becoming known for travel. Step three are trip ready signals. These are the clear actions that say, I'm open to planning a trip with you. Okay. And then step four is the booking pathway, a simple, repeatable journey from lead to booked client. And then step five, which is very much all about travel marketeering, right? It's turn up the volume, do more on what's already working and on purpose. All right. I if you caught me there, I did plan out today's show and I thought, let me go over the 5 steps first, but I sometimes I get, a little, travel marketeered up in here, and I got a little excited about the marquee travel wins, but I am coming back, I am gonna talk about it, okay? So, so coming back to this, all right. So the and I'm gonna do this for each one of the steps right now. So bear with me, guys. I get excited. Do you get excited about travel marketeering the way I do? I hope you do. Give me a TM if you do, because I get really excited about it, and I want to tell you why. Because it's creative, and the outcome is you are able to build a business. You're able to attract your tribe, the people who are the right customers for you. You become not the center of their universe, right? But you're the one when they think of travel. You're the one and to me, that's why this gets so exciting because it's simple, it's not easy, it does take work. There are things that we can do to make it easier. But it's simple. These and that's where this blueprint comes in, and that's why I wanted to make sure, we went through it in some detail here. And Rocky, I saw your TM, thank you. Ray, I saw yours, and Rocky's actually joining us from the airport terminal. So, living the dream, Rocky, right? I love that so many of us in the travel industry have to travel for work too. You know, sometimes it can be fun trips, and sometimes it's work trips, right? But being in the airport is just kind of it's part of the mystique, right? If you ever see me checking in at the Atlanta airport, it sounds so glamorous. It is not. I probably got 2 hours sleep. I probably packed that morning because I was so disorganized. But you know what? I'm in the travel business.
Yeah, girl.
Thank you very much. All right. All right. So let's talk. Let me come back to the marquee travel win here. Okay. So again, the travelers you want more of, the transformation they experienced, how you created that result. That's also very hard for many advisors to really say, especially if you worked with fantastic travel suppliers that helped you put together these experiences, right? You don't wanna take credit for it, but you should. You had that relationship with that partner. You found that partner. You developed that with your partner. You helped create that transformation that somebody had. And this all of this becomes the foundation of your message. So some examples of a marquee travel win. All right, that's just if this concept is a little bit too out there. So think about if you've done the perfect sandals honeymoon. Okay, maybe you've done some not so perfect sandals honeymoon. Right? I doubt that that would happen. I doubt that that would happen. But maybe you've had some of those, right? But you have done some really cool ones, or you've gotten better at it, right? And that's something that you gel with those types of clients, or the clients that you tend to attract for those honeymoons, right? Um, and your communication style, it all fits, right? So you're like, I can sell more than perfect sandals honeymoons. I can do that. But from a marketing standpoint, from a scalability, being able to grow my business, grow my profits, make it more fun and less of a slog, right? That right there is that perfect sandals honeymoon I could put up as my marquee travel win, and I could start to supplement that, right? So, the other thing would be, guys, I know I always pull Disney, and if you've been to my office, you've seen all my Disney trinkets and things. But I'm gonna use it as an example, right? There's doing Disney, but are you really good, or have you sold a multi-gen Disney destinations experience, like on a Disney cruise line? Okay. And maybe at the time, maybe it was the first time you did that. Maybe you had done, just a small family, but you hadn't done the grandparents, you did the aunts and uncles and everybody getting everybody together, but you did it, right? So you just did it recently. And you're like, you might have been scared, right? But when you did it, you knew what to do. You were passionate about it. You knew how to connect the dots, and you ensured that that whole group of people, all different life experiences, all different expectations, right? You made sure that they had the time that they were looking for. So that would be one that I might put up on my marquee, right? That might be my marquee travel win. And then I'd start to do some work to support that, right? So what I'd ask you to do right now, and you can drop it in the chat, okay? What is one trip that you would proudly put your name on? And almost think of it like Perfect Sandals Honeymoon by Joshua Harrell. Almost like that's your autograph collection, right? Drop that in the chat. Do you have one? And guys, if it has nothing to do with your niche, that's okay. That's not what we're getting stressed out about right now. We're trying to, in some ways, we're thinking, is is what I'm niching into, if what I'm focusing into, is it really the right thing for me? Because there might be something more marquee ready than the thing that I've currently been focusing on. So explore this with me. This is again how we start to build the foundation of your message, right? I'm gonna pop over to the chat and just see where we're at with thinking around this. Let's see. Well, Carrie Ann joins us. Carrie Ann, one of our brand ambassadors. So thank you, Carrie Ann, for serving as a World Via Travel Network brand ambassador, but thank you for joining. Um, she said, I can't tell you how many times I've said those words, if only there were three of me, echoing what Ray was saying about all the things that she wants to tackle. But she said, "Oh, Joshua, you are speaking my language now. I can see that marquee." And you know what? I love that. I love that you said that, Carrie Ann, because it really is something that I want you to see. I want you to be able to visualize it, because when you do that, there's a level of commitment to making very small decisions that can add up to massive wins for you. So, I'm so glad that you said that you can see it. Let's see. And Lilith said, "I get so excited, especially with all the AI options." Oh, you're speaking my language, Lilith. I love working with AI. I am so much smarter today than I was last week because of working with AI. I'm able to do so much more, and that is compounding every single day, every single week. I'm growing exponentially, and so are you. So happy to hear that. Um, let's see. Oh, Rocky said for being in the airport, he said, "Heading to go meet other travel advisors to plan our 2026 goals." So Rocky, I hope you've got a copy of your Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint ready. I hope you do. I hope you do. Let's see. Uh, M. Daughtery is joining us on an aircraft over Atlanta area on the way to Nassau. So I am pew 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 pew. I'm beaming up my stories here. Let's see. So Rocky said, answering the question about what his marquee travel win would be, he said, Lord of the Rings adventure. And let me tell you this if you don't know this about Rocky, Rocky's business is Flights and Fables. So it's all about this. And Rocky, I'm going to butcher your entire brand story right now. In 1 second, I'm going to do it. But at the end of the day, it's all about this fantasy based travel. So, Lord of the Rings, what I mean, the canon of Lord of the Rings is amazing, right? And the filming of the locations, the backstory behind Lord of the Rings, there's so much there. So his marquee travel win, the thing that he doesn't have to, this is not the decision he's making, but he says that this is what he signed his name to. This is what he would autograph, right? This is a part of his autograph collection. This is what he could do and would want to do every single day, all the time, because it's something he's really good at. He enjoys the travelers that come, the types of people who are attracted to this. This is something, and he can create a transformative experience because of how he puts that together. Um, Connie said, "You guys are on the whole entertainment thing here. Outlander in Scotland. Okay, if you're not familiar with Outlander, it's a really good show, but it's all based in well, a lot of it is based in Scotland, right? So there's not only filming locations, right? But there's living that experience of the Highlands, right? That Connie is saying, "You know what? This is the thing that I could do all day, every day. It would be profitable for me because I do it so well." And the people that I work with, who get to experience this, I create such an experience that they're gonna come back to me. They're probably not gonna do a repeat of that trip, but now they're gonna move on to other experiences that I can sell, and that's an important note that I wanna leave with you. When we talk about marquee travel, this could be the thing that you do all day, every day, but this is the entry point. This is getting really clear about what you're good at, who you serve really well, right? The power that is in Connie, the power that is in Rocky, the power that is in you. This is just that initial message when I get to meet you for the first time as a prospect. Do I clearly under can I see that marquee and say, I'm buying a last minute ticket into that show, right? Because once you're able to deliver the magic, I'm gonna come back and your business expands. Your customer lifetime value expands. Um, let's see. I am the travel queen said, my cruise on Crystal Cruises is what I would use. Now, I would just say, let's give that a good show name, right? To sum that up. But you're saying, you know, what you experienced on Crystal Cruises is the type of travel, the type of experience that you wanna deliver day in, day out, you want to be known for, right? I think that that's brilliant, and I've got more of you on here, but I wanna acknowledge I got another World Via Travel Network brand ambassador, Anthony, there, and he said pickleboard pickleball passport, not board. Oh my goodness. So Anthony, he's saying, you know what? Pickleball. He can do this so well. When people come to him for this type of vacation, he gives them an experience that is transformative. And when they come back, they're like, man, that was it. I want to work with Anthony more. So I want to jump on to step two. Guys, little secret here, for the next few months, we're going to be really diving in to each one of these steps and diving deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you join the Facebook group, then there's also some missions, weekly missions that come through if you're up for the challenge to help you truly embrace all of the elements of this blueprint and go beyond. We're using the blueprint as the foundation, right? All right, so let's pop over to the blueprint and look at step two. So, step two, big one here, right? Become known for travel. Okay. So, first off, you've got to be able to show up. We've got to be able to see you. I've put some notes in here about the types of content that you need to create, but you have to show up, or people will never you'll never become known for travel. I mean, maybe word of mouth, but word of mouth, you had to show up somewhere. So you got to show up. I give you some specific tips on the things that how you need to show up across social media with short form, and then you also need to stick around. And stick around is talking about long form content. Create content so people feel like they know you. What I am doing right now and what I have done for the last almost 2 years is long form content. And this is a way for you to get to know me and travel marketeering and also each other, which I do love that. So you got to be able to stick around. So not only show up, stick around, not just the quick hits in social. We need you to stick around. People need to be able to consume more of you. And then a big, big tip for becoming known for travel is stand beside. Okay. I want you to visually align with the right brands. And this is something that it sounds so obvious that you're gonna be like, why are you telling me this? This is so obvious. But you'd be surprised how many people are not intentionally thinking about what brands they're aligned with to help signal what they sell. So, what I'm saying here is, I want you to pick three travel suppliers, okay, that you can put their logo on your website or put their content. Everybody's got media kits and things like that, that advisors can use, but pick three brands that are the ones that you are going to maybe you use them some of the time, not all of the time, but their customers are your customers, right? They signal something. They're more of a known brand than you are, for sure, for the most part, right? So just having their content in your streams, having their content or you talking about them on your website, these are things to help uh, make it easier for people to connect who you are as an authority and who you serve. What is your level of service? This is where you can lean into some brand equity for some of these travel suppliers that you use and you have respect for. Okay. And I bet everybody can find three. If you're in cruising, you can pick, maybe you do a certain category of cruising. So there's three cruise lines I'm sure you can grab, right? It's going to be different. I can't give everyone a specific example, but I think you know the partners that you want to work with or are fit your marquee travel win, right? And think about, do you talk about them at all? Do you promote their news? Do you connect up to their Rallyo social feed? Do you put them in your newsletters at all? If you're not doing that, I want to see you do that. You need to show up, stick around, and you've got to stand beside some of these brands that will help people easily identify what you do and who you do it for and the type of service that you give. Now, I say, well, I say 4 key suppliers in my notes. If you do 3, I'd be happy with 3. But I also say pick 2 of 2 industry affiliations to also use in your newsletters, on your website, things like CLIA, if you're into cruising, right? CLIA signals that you are a professional, okay? And you are tied into the cruise industry. That signal works. That signal works. It might not work for everybody, but it's an important affiliation and it signals to people. It's a trust signal. ASTA, the American Society for Travel Advisors, right there, becoming a member of ASTA and proudly displaying their badge on your website and in your email signature is saying, you know what? I'm a professional, right? So it sounds so simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't actually take those steps, all right? So then to kinda get into 3 and 4, just kind of wrap connecting these 2 together here. 3 is all about your trip ready signals, okay? So, define the moments where clients raise their hands, right? So, these are when they fill out forms on your website to inquire about working with you or about a particular trip, or maybe you've got a group going together. That is a trip ready signal, okay? If they reply to an email, you send out an email, and you're talking about special promotion that you're promoting, right? That is somebody that's a trip ready signal. They're raising their hand. This is not somebody that's just joining your email subscription list, right? This is somebody saying, "Hey, I am wanting to move on a trip and it's getting hot in here," right? Like that's a warm lead, okay? So the other thing I was gonna say, sorry, registrations if you are doing webinars, right? If you do webinars, if you're not doing webinars right now, I am sorry, go get a Zoom account, and it's not that expensive, and there's other options too. There's Webinar Jam as well. Um, you need to be doing webinars because you are the expert in your field. There's plenty of things that you could talk about, and creating webinar events on your Facebook calendar, on your website calendar, and you showing up, whether it's for one person, 100 people, it doesn't matter. This is a way for you to tell your story and for you to find out who you're reaching, who's interested, who's trip ready. They're raising their hand, right? Get those registrations from webinars, okay? So if you're not doing webinars, do webinars. When you send emails, promotional emails or you newsletters, you'd be surprised at how just adding reply to this email if you want to learn more, or if you want to set up time with me, blah blah blah. It just you'd be surprised at just saying, "Hey, reply to this email." You'll be surprised. There will be people who will reply to the email, right? And if they don't do it the first time, just keep on doing it, right? Because when they reply to your email, they've just raised their hand. That's a trip ready signal right there. Um, so those are ways to those are trip ready signals, but then also, of course, if you have a form on your website where it's like, tell me more about the trip that you're wanting to take, or what how can I help you? If you don't have a form like that on your website right now, that's easy for people to get to, that's an easy thing to add. That would be probably the first thing I would do this week, is make sure that I get that done. Now, when we get into step 4, that's the booking pathway. And I this is something where I could spend and we're gonna talk about this in the future. It's this I when you're just getting started, you don't really think about a booking pathway. Like how leads come in, you have a conversation, proposal, then booking, right? And the idea of defining each stage seems, it seems maybe a little extra at the moment when you're not there. But those of you who have been selling, I'd love to see in the comments. I'd love for you to share when you had that moment where you sat down and mapped out the journey, what really happens step by step, and it's leads, conversations. They go, you create the proposal, then they do the booking, right? It is those things. It are those are the things. But when you sit down and do that, there's some knowledge that you gain. um, you start to figure out, are you doing more, are you getting are you not getting a lot of leads? Are you not getting enough leads? Okay, that's there's a way to diagnose that problem and get better at it, right? But are you getting the leads? You're having the conversations, but the conversations aren't turning into proposals. Hmm, I wonder what's going on there, right? You're doing the proposals and people aren't wanting to buy the trip. They're not okay with the proposal. It just kinda they ghost you. They fall off. As long as you can start to define this as more of a system and less of this magical stream of energy flowing all over the place, you can start to get better. Knowledge is always power. You can improve those calls. You can, systematize or, improve your follow-ups, whether they're automated or you're doing them one-to-one. But creating that booking pathway, identifying it, and really dissecting what's working and what's not working, that is truly the magic in travel marketeering, okay? So extremely, extremely important. Um, and then let's talk about step 5, all right? Step 5, turn up the volume, all right? Do more of what's already working on purpose, right? Double down on one type of content that you have been putting out that you see responses. And I'm not talking about likes. I'm talking about where somebody comments back or maybe somebody gets into your DMs and they're asking some more questions, right? If you haven't had those yet, are you putting out content, right? But if you are putting out content and you're seeing that, how can you do more of that, right? How can you scale one of those trip ready signals? If you're doing webinars now, how can you make them better, right? If you have an inquiry form right now, how can you make that better? And if there's a particular type of consultation, maybe it's themed around your Marquee Travel Win, and you framed it up in a cool way. It's like it's got a fun name, these consultations. If it converts well, do more of it, right? You really want to double down on what's working. So like I said, if you want a copy of the blueprint, it's free, okay? Go join the Facebook group, all right? Just search Travel Marketeers. We'll let you in. In fact, if you go and do it right now, by the time I'm wrapping up the show, I'll go and let you in, and you can see where you can download the Thriving Travel Advisor Blueprint, because I definitely want you to have it. But I want to talk to you about 2026 before we wrap. 2026 is all planned out, guys. I'm busy this year, and, I know that you're gonna be busy too, right? You're not only gonna be busy with your business and your wonderful personal lives, your magnificent others, your family, your friends, everybody, right? But, we're gonna do some really good things this year. But I got together with my team, and we really mapped out this year, and you're gonna hear a lot about this blueprint, but we're going to keep on expanding the story. We want to teach everybody, travel advisors, agency owners, travel suppliers. We want to teach everybody how they can apply travel marketing to their business to win more and to also have a more balanced life, right? Because it can't be so chaotic. It can't be so distressing. So I'm not here next week. but you can watch, some of the past episodes. We've got on January 24th, I'm going to do a session on set up like a pro in a weekend. So this is the brand new advisor edition. So if you've been doing this for a while, you don't have to join, but I'd love to have you in the comments. But this is really like, how do we set up like a pro? We're going to do it in a weekend. I'm going to get you started. You're going to get the game plan. We're going to go with that. Then I got to look over here on my list here. Then on January 31st, I've got a returning guest, one of our members at World Via Travel Network, Alan Granza. He was on the show in 2025. He's coming back, and I want to talk to him about uh, becoming known for what you sell. Remember, that's one of the steps, right? Become known for travel. And here's somebody who became really known for certain things and has now grown that business and gone beyond. So again, showing that this does work. Then there's shows all throughout February. There's a bunch of shows this year. All right. I want you to join. If you can't join live, then of course you can watch it on our World Via Travel Network YouTube channel. And I'd love to have you there for sure. But just know that this 2026 is there's like the year of the rabbit, the year of the dog. I don't even know what this is the year of, other than in our world, it's the year of travel marketeering. So I want to give a big TM out to all of you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking some time out of your day and saying, let me how can I think about my business? Not work in my business, but work on my business, because I hope that that's how you feel we're approaching things when we get together like this. Now you can always find me on I got my little social channels flowing down below. You can probably find me at Joshua Harrell or at Josh Harrell. There's some I couldn't secure my name across everything. There it is. But I'd love to hear from you. My email address is joshua@worldvia. Love to hear from you. Anyway, big TM out to all of you, and I will see you back on the 24th. Was that right? January 24th for Set Up Like a Pro in a Weekend. Okay? See you real soon. Take care, guys. Bye.